Higurashi, or as we know it in the West, When They Cry, is a murder mystery show with slice-of-life elements. It's about a group of young friends living in a rural town called Hinamizawa, focusing in its residents, its mythology, and the strange events that ensue that summer of 1983. Higurashi started as a visual novel written by Ryukishi 07 in 2002, with its first story, Onikaku Shihen, and finished in 2006 with Matsuribayashi Hen. Ever since, the Higurashi franchise expanded to other different medias like anime, novels, manga, and even got a live-action adaptation. This video is part of a project series in which I try to explain the differences between the anime and the live-action counterpart adaptation, while also giving a general rundown of the movie. This is Live V Anime. In this episode, I'll focus on the Higurashi films, which released on May 10, 2008 and April 18, 2009, respectively. Now, let's make some ground rules. Since Higurashi is such a massive media, this comparison will mainly focus on the 2006 anime adaptation and the manga adaptation that released between 2006 and 2007. I'm not reading the visual novel since it will take me an eternity. I thought it would be longer, like twice as long. Anyways, I'm not doing that, but I've heard that the manga is very faithful to the visual novel, and I even compared some critical scenes with the VM, so it should be fine. It should be noted that there are going to be heavy spoilers for the first arc of the anime, Onikaku Shihen, or Spirited Away by the Demon in English. My favorite arc, by the way. And light spoilers for Watanagashi Hen, or Cotton Drifting in English. Be aware, and with that, we start. By the way, sorry for the footage. It's hard to find these movies online, and this is the best quality I could find. Okay, now see. Go. The film starts with the Smashing Pumpkins, similar to the anime, but instead of a regular morning in the daily life of Keiichi, the film instead decides to show Keiichi and his mom arriving to Hinamizawa in a bus, similar to how the manga starts actually. In this occasion though, it's Keiichi's first day at school. The anime starts 1 month after he's moving. Also, nice product placement by the way. We're presented to the class and the characters, and we can see that they are a little more older than their anime counterpart, especially Rika and Satoko, who in the anime are little kids around 10 years old. Keiichi and Rena are 13 in the anime, and Mion is a year older. We have some Sam Raimi's Spider-Man vibes with how old the actors look. Anyway, we have Mion presenting towards Keiichi, and we have a big ass Satoshi mark in Keiichi's desk. A month passes, and the kids are already used to one to another. Mion and Rena are accompanying Keiichi for a tour in Hinamizawa. We don't have that morning interaction like in the anime. The movie explains a little bit about the history of Hinamizawa, and we are shown the Onegafushi swamp. The kids then go to the Furude shrine and they meet Rika and Satoko, like to the anime. They explain him their deity, Oyashiro-sama. In the anime he's explained in the Watanagashi festival. Strangely enough, the girls show Keiichi Oyashiro-sama's shrine, unlike the anime where Shion is the one who shows it to Keiichi. After that, Keiichi and Rena go to the junkyard, and Rena explains the story of the dam, unlike the anime where Mion is the one who tells it to Keiichi. We are presented to Tomitake, like in the anime, but here Keiichi doesn't make a joke about a corpse in the dump. Tomitake just starts talking about it. Worse than that, he explains the whole history of the dam killings at the moment, unlike the anime where Keiichi spends the whole episode finding clues about what really happened with that construction crew. Also rude. He even starts to talk about the people being spirited away. Anyways, there he goes, and we have the hatchet scene.
You call that a knife? This is a knife!
Meaning we don't have the revelation of the murder, and the scary Rena like in the anime. Unlike the anime, instead of a Colonel Sanders figure, we rescue a teddy bear. He looks really clean for being in the junk. We have the I don't know scene, different from the anime, where Rena doesn't see Keiichi eye to eye, but in the manga she does, said it straight to him. Emphasis on the eyes and the expression. A big difference from these films is that unlike the anime and manga, we don't have a narration from Keiichi. It's more of a show, no-tell direction of the movie. In the next scene, we have the Satoshi locker scene, similar to the anime. An important absence is that there is no game activities club in the films, which is fine, really. They felt like kind of filler in the anime, and we still have the characters interacting in other ways. We have the "it didn't exist" line from Mion, very different from the anime as well, but if I have to say, I prefer the rendition from the manga. Again, the eyes and the way to express is very essential in the story. In the movie it's just another line. In the manga this is when Keiichi starts to doubt his friends. In the movie it's just whatever. Look, he doesn't give a shit. He already forgot about it. We have now the Watanagashi festival, and we have the kids playing. Check out how in a punishment they draw Keiichi's face similar to the anime. Also, I don't know why, but I like this delivery.
Yeah, Keiichi.
Yo, Satoko!
なんだよその子。
うるせえよ。
It feels genuine, I don't know, I like it. We have Tomitake playing and taking pictures to the kids, similar to the anime and manga. Unlike the manga, when he is actually invited to be a member of the game's activity club. Now we have Rika's dance, but Keiichi misses it because he needs to go to the bathroom, and incidentally finds Tomitake and Takano in Oyashiro-sama's shrine, similar to the second arc, with the exception that Shion doesn't exist in the films. A difference is that both Takano and Tomitake enters the shrine, unlike the anime where Tomitake stays outside. Keiichi enters and Takano starts to explain the festival tradition, like in the anime. The only difference is that in the films we don't have Oyashiro-sama's statue in the shrine. Takano starts to explain Oyashiro-sama's curse to Keiichi. Just that here, she straight up tells that the kids are related to the victims of the curse, unlike the anime where Oishi is the one who tells Keiichi. She even tells that Satoshi is Satoko's brother. The girls find Keiichi and they skedaddle. The next day we have Keiichi and Oishi talking, but instead of them talking in the only car with fucking AC in whole Japan, they talk in a room in school. He starts explaining the death of Tomitake and the missing of Takano. Also, he starts to be suspicious of Keiichi entering the shrine as well. Oishi is not as skeptical of the curse like in the anime. Something that we can tell is that Keiichi is more paranoid in the anime and way the fuck more paranoid in the manga. Unlike the film, which is just disturbed. We have Rena asking Keiichi what happened with him and he gets angry, saying that he's not their friend. Rena is starting to act hostile, but unlike the anime or manga, we don't have the demon eyes, just a glimpse of them. Also, Keiichi is not questioning if that's really Ren. Jesus. After that, we have the call between Keiichi and Oishi, but the difference is that it's in the living room instead of Keiichi's room, and it's in the broad light, unlike the anime which happens at night. In fact, we don't have any more night scenes. Everything in the future will be on daylight, so that's a big difference. We have a Rena flashback, and Rena spying on Keiichi like the anime. The next day, Keiichi misses school, but it's not explained like in the anime, that in reality he's just scared of Rena, and how paranoid he really is. Iri-sensei medicates Keiichi, and asks him if he came from a trip from Tokyo before Watanagashi. Also we see his diagnostic. L3. I wonder what that means. Now we are in the Angel Mort, and we have the Oishi scene where he starts to explain the death of Tomitake and the disappearance of Takano. But unlike the anime where he warns Keiichi about his friends, in the film he starts to be more suspicious of Keiichi when it comes to his infiltration into Oyashiro-sama's shrine. Also, I have to say, this is not an in-depth analysis of the movie, but the lighting and sound design of this scene, it's incredible. Probably my favorite scene of the whole film. By the way, they show this girl with the eye patch. I don't really know her. Maybe it's a minor character from the visual novel. I don't know. Keiichi is alone in this house. I just find it funny how instead of translating the note, it's just yep. There it is. I don't know. Now we have the Rena mion scene. Again, in daylight, unlike the anime. This scene is kind of underwhelming, because the confrontation it's totally different from the anime. Mion and Rena doesn't have the demon eyes. They don't show like before, and the hostility towards Keiichi is basically non-existent. But that doesn't mean this scene is bad per se. Again, the sound design in this scene is outstanding, and the framing is great as well.
ありがとう。ちょうど腹減ってたんだ。
圭一君、具合悪いのに今日どこかに行ってた？
How they use the Higurashi crying sound and the format to create the tension, it's pretty useful. It's just disappointing that they don't have the demon eyes, like before, probably because it's too expensive. Also, we don't have the come to school tomorrow part.
明日学校休んじゃ。
Now we have the iconic hamburger scene, but unlike the anime, we weren't shown the outcome of Keiichi throwing the food. It's already the next day. We don't have the scene of Keiichi writing what was going on, nor the other confrontation he had with Rena that morning in the manga. I also have to point out that again, that he looks less paranoid in the movie. In the manga it's a central part of the story. We have Keiichi finding out Satoshi's bad, but that's it. He doesn't show his hostility towards Rena or Mion like in the anime. A big difference is that Mion is the one who explains what happened to Satoshi, not Rena. We have Keiichi in his house, hallucinating like in the manga. And now we have the Rena outside scene. Unlike the anime though, in the film Rena is already violent against Keiichi. We are also shown her hatchet and her fucking demon eyes. They came back! Why didn't they show up before? Fuck. Anyways, Keiichi fucks up Rena's finger like in the anime. But unlike the anime, where he starts talking with Oishi again, and we see Rena apologizing, an hallucination of Rena appears with fucking demon eyes again! Why they're not in the scene then? It will have improved the movie so much. Keiichi escapes, but he is pursued by the whole village. Unlike the anime, that happens only with the mysterious man. Also, Rika appears, like, what the fuck? Again, the lighting and the sound design, it's pretty cool. We don't have that last Keiichi versus Rena confrontation like in the anime. We have Keiichi waking up like in the anime, and the whole syringe thing happens. Just that this time, we don't have the demon eyes. I honestly think that they just don't want to fuck up best girl Mion. Yes, I said it. Fuck Rena. Also differently is that Keiichi gets back to himself in daylight, not night. He sees what is left of Mion and Rena and goes crazy. A change of events. We have the investigation of the case, but a whole day passes, and then we have the Keiichi phone call scene. Everything left is similar, just that Oishi says that they found a black marker in the crime scene, and he starts to read Keiichi's note. To end, we have a scene of Keiichi dying in the hospital, which is pretty sad, actually, because he dreams about his friends in Hinamizawa, something that doesn't happen in the anime. We have the message he left to the police, and credits. Now, I could continue to explain what happens in the sequel, but I don't really want to make this video so long. I think this is a great breakpoint, so be sure to subscribe if you are interested in watching part 2. Feel free to like the video if you enjoyed it, and leave a comment on what you liked or disliked really. This part of the video, I intend them for being fun facts, so let's see. Something that I had to mention is that the gun that Mion always carry is actually a BB gun. They don't explain it in the anime, so it grinds my gears anytime there was a confrontation and she didn't use it. The author of Higurashi, Hiryokishi07, has a cameo in the Watanagashi festival. Hinamizawa is actually based on a real village called Shirakawago. The anime man has a great video about it, so I'll leave the link in the description if you're interested. The international title of the movie is actually Shrill Cries of Summer, instead of When They Cry. And director Ataru Oikawa actually directed Tomie back in 1999, based on the Junji Ito manga. And that's it. Be sure to subscribe, part 2 will come, and watch the new season. The first cover has just ended and it's an incredible show. Well, bye.